Hi everyone, my name is Sam Ellison, and today I'm going to be presenting my project on the Bach Tower Gardens Master Plan. It's the 2013 Stresau Award winner. Anyways, a little bit of an introduction about this plan. It's a 61-acre garden and natural area that was donated on February 1st, 1929 to the American people from Dr. Edward W. Bach. Mr. Bach was an author and philanthropist whose works were recognized nationally. Since that time, the gardens have been grown and evolved while remaining within the ideas of Mr. Bach's vision. He envisioned a place where people could come to relax and enjoy everything that nature has to offer, and while at the same time a place to spread the word and preach the gospel. Anyways, the people behind the master plan would be David Sachs Landscape Architecture in association with Studio Outside. This elite group of designers from Studio Outside includes Terry Arterburn, principal in charge, Ellen Calhoun, she's the lead designer, Allison Baker and Jessica Fetter, both graphic designers. And during the design of the master plan, the team worked with garden staff members and volunteers, as well as the community supporters, to come up with a game plan that would allow them to carry out their design, while at the same time preserving the work of Frederick Law Olmsted, Jr. He was the garden's original designer. So they wanted to build upon his ideas while maintaining the central idea at the same time. Anyways, the reason for this design was up until this time, the 61-acre gardens were a little difficult to navigate, and I would say that people lost interest in them because of their difficulty to navigate, and it was very easy to get lost within the 61-acre piece of land. So the design team, their main idea was to lay out a new network of paths and walkways with a much gentler grade, making the gardens much more friendlier to use. In their design, space for new gardens were set aside on the north side of the property above the original Olmsted core gardens up here, you can see in the pictures. And this would also help to connect the surrounding areas, unifying the property as one whole network. Anyways, the Bach Tower Gardens are found in Lake Wales, Florida, which is really nice. It's close to home. I mean, not super close, but it's in the state of Florida, which makes it nice for us to study. And the gardens now consist of 261 acres. Recently they acquired an additional 200 acres of natural area surrounding the 61-acre original garden. The 200 acres of natural preserve land consists of hard pine woods and dense marsh areas of hardwoods. So the neighboring areas, like I said, are made up of planted pines, and it's a kind of a rural area with homes scattered throughout, which is nice because you don't have the densely populated communities you see elsewhere in the state of Florida, and which makes for less noise pollution and less sound pollution, making this place as peaceful as possible without any interaction from the outside world, which is pretty nice. Anyways, the idea behind the master plan was that it could potentially be used to raise money through fundraising and private donors. It could also be used to pull in grant funding agencies that will ultimately help fund the operations of the gardens for many years to come. The Bach Tower Garden Board of Directors would like the grounds of the facility to be used as a place of teaching and inspiration for the next generation of lovers of art, architecture, music, gardens, and Florida's history and unique natural landscape. This master plan, with the master plan, these visions will eventually become a reality. anyways, how they plan on doing this is the plan was much too large for one person to handle, so they got an entire team together, like I said before, and they didn't use any fancy new technologies or tricks when designing, large-scale landscapes. They stuck to the basics and used teamwork and group interaction. So it had been decided that the best way to go about this was through 3 two-day workshops put on by landscape architects that were used to incorporate the ideas and visions of board members, garden staff, and many other garden workers. After the second workshop, the teams had come up with a consensus, and they felt like they had a concrete plan in place and a general idea of where they wanted to start. So it's nice that everyone's on the same page, so everyone has the same idea. Anyways, basically, I selected this project because I'm passionate about conserving Florida's natural history. Over the years, the health of natural areas in the state of Florida have diminished, and it is our job as citizens to be aware of this and raise questions and basically just create awareness. And eventually something will get done, and it's nice to have areas like this where we can go and enjoy all the natural things that Florida has to offer. And there's many advantages of having this natural garden in Lake Wales, Florida. I couldn't even begin to touch on them, but the only disadvantage I see is right now this is just a plan, and actions have not actually been made in construction. So I guess one disadvantage would be that budgeting might be a little off. When they actually start construction, they could end up spending more than they initially had planned for, but that's not a real big issue. Regardless, other than that, I believe this master plan is going to surpass initial expectations and will be a gem in the public eye for decades to come. And here at the bottom of my poster board, I'll back up so you can see the whole thing, we have 3 pictures. This first picture right here depicts the new circulation routes throughout the Bok Tower Gardens, making it much more easy to navigate and makes it much more user-friendly. The middle picture, basically in color, depicts the new idea of the garden and how it will look as an overhead view. And the third picture I have right here is basically a vantage point photograph, where if you were actually in the garden and you were looking off into the distance at different areas, you could actually use this photograph. You can see where all your viewpoints would be and which areas of the garden you can see from where, which is really nice because it opens up the area so that you're not engulfed by vegetative growth. You can actually look off into the distance and see things hundreds of yards away, and it brings a whole new perspective into the idea of the Bok Tower Gardens. But anyways, that's my project, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my presentation. And alrighty, you have a great day.